Have you ever felt lost, confused, and drained in your own relationship? Do you feel like you are being manipulated, controlled, and gradually losing yourself? If the answer is yes, there's a high chance you might be a victim of a narcissist. Narcissists, with their inflated egos and pathological lack of empathy, often employ sophisticated tactics to manipulate and control others. They are like chameleons, constantly changing their colors to deceive their prey, leaving you trapped in confusion, doubt, and gradually losing trust in yourself. In this video, we will uncover 10 common tactics that narcissists use to break you. Understanding these strategies will help you identify narcissists, protect yourself from toxic relationships, and gradually reclaim your autonomy and confidence in life. Let's get started. Tactic 1. The silent treatment. The first and most ruthless weapon they use is silence and a sudden disappearance. Without any explanation or farewell, they abruptly cut off all communication, block you on every platform, and leave you drowning in countless unanswered questions and unbearable pain. They see silence as an effective method of punishment when you don't comply with their wishes, set boundaries, or stand up against them. While you're trapped in a whirlwind of emotions, lost in negative thoughts and lingering pain, the narcissist has already moved on to their next game. To them, you're now nothing more than a fading memory. Their world now revolves around a new prey, a fresh and enticing source of supply. But don't be surprised if one day they suddenly reappear, as if the separation never happened. They might rekindle the relationship with you as naturally and sweetly as before, only to disappear coldly once again when they grow bored or when you no longer meet their selfish demands. Narcissists, like cunning cats, delight in the emotional cat-and-mouse game, keeping you suspended in uncertainty, where the line between reality and illusion blurs and becomes hard to grasp. Tactic 2. The innocent victim role. When the narcissist's perfect mask slips, they quickly switch tactics, donning a new disguise, the innocent victim. With an oddly innocent and pure demeanor, they feign complete cluelessness about what's happening. What did I do wrong? I don't understand why you're mad at me. I've always been sincere with you. Pure. These familiar phrases emerge again like an old song replayed on a loop. They'll say anything to convince you that you're overreacting, blowing things out of proportion, or misunderstanding them. Their sole aim is to plant doubt in your mind, making you question your own experiences and feelings. At all costs, they want you to continue believing they are the perfect person you once admired. But don't be fooled by their deceitful performance. Stay sharp and trust your instincts, as well as the experiences you've lived through. Once the innocent victim mask takes effect, the narcissist will delve deeper into their role. They'll go as far as to fabricate wounds and injustices for themselves, despite being the ones who caused your suffering. They'll cast themselves as the wronged party, claiming that you've oppressed or mistreated them. Tactic 3. The repentant sinner role. When the innocent victim disguise succeeds in blinding you, the narcissist immerses themselves even further in their victim narrative. They won't stop at playing the pitiable character, but will weave tragic stories filled with wounds and injustices, portraying themselves as the ones who've suffered, even though they are the true culprits. They'll cunningly frame you as the villain, dumping all blame and responsibility onto you. They'll seek sympathy from those around you, isolating you and leaving you drowning in self-doubt. They become master actors, with tears streaming down their faces, trembling voices, and seemingly heartfelt apologies that make you believe they're enduring unspeakable pain. They paint a bright future featuring a perfect version of themselves, complete with promises to change, to make things right, and to never hurt you again. They want you to believe they've genuinely recognized their mistakes and will transform completely. But be cautious. Apologies like, "I'm sorry you feel hurt," or "I'm sorry you feel that way," are just sweet traps they've laid. They aren't genuinely repentant. They're simply finding ways to pull you into the next chapters of their toxic drama. Remember, narcissists are masters of manipulation, outstanding actors who can easily hide their true nature behind tears and words. You may hope, you may forgive, but in the end you'll realize nothing has changed. The cycle of hurt, apology, hurt continues, leaving you drained and gradually eroding your self-confidence. Have you ever been in this situation? If so, share your experiences with us in the comments below. Tactic 4. Pretending to be just friends. If you've followed my videos, you're likely familiar with a no-contact strategy, one of the most effective ways to deal with narcissists. However, many people share that after maintaining no contact for some time, when they felt they'd finally escaped the manipulative cycle, when their emotional wounds had started to heal, they suddenly received an email or a call from an unknown number. On the other end of the line, their ex earnestly wished to meet, just to explain, or offer a final apology before officially ending the relationship. And then, people who thought they had become immune to the narcissist, those who believed they had grown strong enough to move on, found themselves falling into the same sweet trap. They met with an open mind, ready to listen and forgive, only to be drawn back into the familiar manipulative cycle. Remember, narcissists are stubborn and arrogant. They never accept defeat. Your decision to cut ties is, in their eyes, an insult, a challenge they cannot tolerate. They will stop at nothing, employing even the most subtle tactics to pull you back into their cycle of manipulation. All it takes is one moment of vulnerability, one small crack in the door, and they'll seize the opportunity to tear down the rest and force their way back into your life. When I say cut off contact, it means completely blocking all connections, even through in-laws, siblings, or mutual acquaintances. Maintain no contact for as long as possible. You share children with them. Maintain minimal contact, communicating only when absolutely necessary about the kids. Use co-parenting scheduling apps to keep things short and clear. If they text you at 1 a.m. claiming to care about the kids, it's likely not about the children but rather an attempt to breach your boundaries. This is when you must stay firm and uphold the boundaries you've set. Understand that anyone contacting you late at night about trivial matters is often using it as an excuse to disturb you and retain control. Stay vigilant. Avoid midnight chats or unnecessary interactions. They only lead to more trouble. Protect your peace by standing firm, avoiding temptation, and focusing on your own life. If they cross the line, harass, or threaten you, remember the shield of the law. Don't hesitate to call the police to protect yourself and your loved ones. This isn't a sign of weakness. It's a display of intelligence and strength. Let them know you're not an easy target. You know how to protect yourself and won't tolerate any violations. Your resolve will make them think twice and abandon their manipulative attempts. Tactic 5. Using flying monkeys. When all tricks and schemes fail, when they can no longer control you, the narcissist will turn to a more insidious tactic, manipulating the perception of those around you. Anyone in your social circle, friends, family, even colleagues, can become a pawn in their hands. This strategy is known in psychology as the use of flying monkeys. Curious about the name? It originates from L. Frank Baum's classic book, The Wizard of Oz, later popularized by the movie adaptation. In the story, the flying monkeys are the Wicked Witch's loyal minions, following her orders without hesitation or question. Much like the Wicked Witch controls her flying monkeys, narcissity spread misinformation, twist the truth, and propagate lies about you to those around you. Their goal is to ruin your reputation, isolate you, and strip you of support from your loved ones. However, this could also be an opportunity for you to reevaluate your relationships. If someone turns against you without seeking your side of the story or giving you a chance to explain, perhaps it's time to reconsider that relationship. Remember, your worth lies within you and is determined by yourself, not by someone else's thoughts or words. Tactic 6. Shifting the blame onto you. In the narcissist's playbook of emotional manipulation, Blame shifting is a familiar tactic used to avoid responsibility and maintain control. They'll skillfully make you the scapegoat for their mistakes, failures, and even their own negative emotions. With their persuasive rhetoric and ability to distort reality, they'll craft a narrative where you're always at fault. You're not caring enough, not understanding enough, not attentive enough. Every shortcoming of theirs is rationalized by blaming you. Their aim isn't to find the real cause of the problem, but to maintain their perfect image and test how far your empathy can stretch. They cannot accept being wrong, weak, or at fault, so they need a shield to protect their fragile ego. And you are the perfect target. For example, if they cheat, they'll blame you for not giving them enough attention, making them feel lonely and neglected. If they fail at work, they'll accuse you of not being supportive enough, distracting them, or preventing them from reaching their potential. They might even blame you for their own negative feelings. If they're angry, sad, or anxious, they'll lash out at you, making you bear the brunt of their emotional outbursts. If you easily accept blame, self-criticize, and try to fix the mistakes they attribute to you, congratulations! You've passed their test. You've proven to be the ideal victim, always ready to sacrifice and endure for their sake. Remember, blame shifting is a sophisticated manipulation tactic. Don't let yourself get dragged into their toxic game. Stay clear-headed, differentiate right from wrong, and courageously defend yourself against unreasonable accusations. Tactic 7. Psychological manipulation. Making you believe you are the problem is a sophisticated psychological manipulation tactic that narcissists often use to control others. Through reactive abuse, they deliberately create tense situations and provoke you with intent to elicit an emotional response. They may constantly criticize, belittle you, or trap you in absurd arguments, gradually wearing down your patience until you react by shouting, crying, or engaging in heated disputes. However, once you express your emotions, they immediately use your reaction as evidence to blame you, portraying you as uncontrollable, abusive, or the source of all the problems in the relationship. This shifts the focus away from their own responsibility, making you feel ashamed and question yourself. For instance, a husband might deliberately criticize his wife over trivial household matters, like how she cleans or takes care of the children, with statements such as, "You can't do anything right." When the wife loses her temper and reacts strongly, he immediately labels her. "See, you're losing it again. The problem is clearly you." Similarly, in the workplace, a manipulative colleague might repeatedly obstruct your projects, provoke anger, and then accuse you of being unprofessional. Such scenarios not only cause emotional harm, but also gradually undermine your confidence, making you feel as if you're the root of all instability. In reality, this is nothing more than a toxic mind game, where the narcissist seeks to control you by eroding your self-esteem and forcing you into dependency. It's crucial to recognize that your reactions are a result of deliberate provocation, not because you're inherently flawed. Instead of succumbing to guilt, stay calm, set clear boundaries, and seek support from trustworthy individuals. Don't allow yourself to be pulled into the manipulation cycle. You deserve a healthy relationship where love and respect truly exist. Tactic 8. Financial abuse. Financial abuse is a dangerous and insidious manipulation tactic often used by narcissists to control their partners, especially in marriages or relationships involving financial dependence. This is not merely material control, but also a covert form of abuse aimed at trapping victims in dependency, stripping them of autonomy, and eroding their self-esteem. Narcissists often disguise their intentions under the guise of care or responsibility, making the victim believe that their control over finances is reasonable and necessary. Initially, they might voluntarily take on the role of managing money, creating a sense of security and reliability. However, as the relationship progresses, they tighten their grip, turning finances into a tool for manipulation and punishment. They may take over all your income, forcing you to hand over your salary, manage bank accounts and credit cards, leaving you unable to access your own finances. Control every expense, requiring you to ask permission or justify spending, even criticizing you as wasteful, which can make you feel insecure and lose confidence in your financial skills. Withhold financial support, cut off household funds, or use money as a weapon to punish you, pushing you into a desperate situation. Additionally, they might create financial pressure by deliberately accumulating joint debts or exploiting your name for loans, trapping you in a cycle of debt and making you feel stuck. All these behaviors aim to make you entirely dependent on them, both financially and emotionally, leaving you unable to escape the toxic relationship. Financial abuse not only causes material damage, but also destroys your self-esteem, confidence, and independence, leaving you fearful and struggling to regain control of your life. Tactic 9. Triangulation. In the narcissist's arsenal of manipulation, using others as weapons, known as triangulation, is a cunning and highly damaging tactic. Their goal is to undermine your self-worth, make you doubt your abilities, erode your confidence, and become reliant on their approval. They may use others' words to demean you. My mum says you're so lazy. My friends think you dress so poorly. Or your boss complains about your attitude. These comments act as invisible daggers, cutting into your self-esteem and causing you to question yourself. Prove you're unworthy. They'll cite examples of how others disrespect or look down on you to reinforce the idea that you're inferior. They treat you like that because you're not good enough. See, no one values you. Compare you to others. You're constantly compared to people around you. Appearance, talent, career, or relationships. Why can't you be more like A? B is so much more talented and attractive than you. Look at C and learn from them. By using others as tools to belittle you, the narcissist gradually erodes your confidence and self-esteem, leaving you weak, easily controlled, and manipulated. They want you to believe that only they truly understand and can rescue you from your perceived shortcomings. Tactic 10. Push and pull. The push and pull tactic, one of the most sophisticated forms of manipulation, operates like a calculated psychological game, pulling you into a whirlwind of uncertainty, confusion, and fear. The narcissist's behavior is unpredictable, alternating between moments of warmth and cruelty. At times, they are kind, tender, and caring, like the gentle sun of spring. But other times, they are cold, ruthless, and harsh, like a raging storm. This keeps you lost in a maze of emotions, unable to discern their true nature. This erratic behavior puts you in a state of constant tension, walking on eggshells, fearing their next outburst or barrage of harsh words. You try to please them, guessing their needs, but it's all in vain. Their goal is not harmony, but to instill fear, keeping you on edge and emotionally unstable. Push and pull tactics are like a drug, fearful yet addictive. Their rare moments of affection and care are like drops of water in a barren desert, making you crave more, keeping you hopeful for change. But it's an illusion, a sweet trap designed to control you, ensuring you remain entangled in their toxic cycle. To escape a relationship with a narcissist, the most important step is starting with self-awareness and courage. Recognizing that a narcissist will not change is the first step. No matter how much love or sacrifice you offer, they will continue their manipulation and control. It's intrinsic to their personality. Letting go of unrealistic expectations allows you to free yourself. Set clear boundaries and decide when you've had enough. Ask yourself, how much more can I endure? And does my worth align with this treatment? Focus on regaining control of your life and healing yourself. Don't waste energy trying to change them. Instead, channel it into rebuilding your identity and pursuing happiness. Connect with supportive communities or seek professional counseling to guide and assist you through this challenging time. Finally, remember you're not alone. Many have gone through and overcome similar toxic relationships. While you cannot change a narcissist, you can save yourself. Surround yourself with trusted people, share your feelings, or join support groups where you can find understanding and strength. Choosing to leave isn't just self-protection. It's the first step toward a brighter future where you are loved and valued for who you truly are.